Response video to a couple of comments I thought were kind of, revealing and such. Yeah. Gratex video. Apparently he doesn't watch certain people's videos, which is, and then complains that no one's counter-argued him or something, or he complains that the crowd is murmuring the wrong murmur, when the crowd has watched the alternative videos and they've seen you for the fool that you are, and so, yeah, they're giving you your appropriate response. You've been undone. You've been revealed to be full of absolute crap. I mean, this whole idea that you're going to undo what can't be undone, okay? Need doesn't need to exist. There's just absolutely no way you're going to unravel that. There's no need to create need machines. There's no way you're going to explain how human beings aren't need machines. And there's certainly no way you're going to be able to explain to anybody who's rational how being non-existent is somehow a negative state of being. I mean, that's just plain silly. Okay? The only reason why you like life now is because you're alive. And if you're not alive, you're not going to need it. And that's just the truth. I mean, if you don't have a stomach, you're not going to be hungry. Everybody, I think, can really understand that. If I was to extract your stomach from you, you would understand that you're no longer going to have an impulse to feed. You're going to understand that. Well, anyway, so this rozeboosye guy, who's a real cunt, objectivity is an external position, so it's impossible to view reality objectively. Now, isn't that just amazing? These are supposed to be intellectuals. These are people who think they're smart. And so he's basically saying that our brain isn't capable of imagining and applying that imagination fairly. And like even the umpire, for example, in a soccer match, there's just no way he can do it. He can't be objective. He can't just watch what's taking place on the field and call it as he sees it. Yeah, he can't do that. It's not possible. But it's not possible for us to imagine the planet Earth, to imagine people on the planet Earth, to have information about how that works, and imagine the Earth traveling around the sun, and imagine it being further away in the winter and closer in the summer, and then tilted and blah, blah, blah. We can't imagine the system that we're part of. I mean, it's just stupid. We can externalize so easily. Our imagination allows us to externalize all the time. We are flies on the wall all the time. I mean, it's one of the most prolific human activities is imagination, is externalizing. Movies, music, it's all externalization. So, stupid ripple. Just stupid comment. Alright, then this twit. Okay, and he is a twit from an ANUS, and that makes sense because he's both a twit and he's definitely got anus residue on him. It is interesting that people who think they can do that are displaying the same kind of certainty that dogmatic religions have been using to justify murder and torture since they began. So here you're making a comparison between a simple argument where we just describe the reality. Alright, there's no claims to UFOs, there's no claims to a supernatural anything whatsoever. No supernatural claims whatsoever. No unrefutable, no nothing. Nothing that can't be easily refuted with evidence. None of it. Nothing. We're basically just saying what Darwin said, and we're just adding the little 2.0 part. We're just adding the little fixes. Because we have even more clarity about how the whole DNA mechanism works. And we're just pointing out that this is what this is. This is consumption and reproduction. It's an island planet cannibalism, and we have a psychology that's made, basically, that's been designed by competitive evolution to make us, fight, flight, to make us attract, repulse, to make us motivated to play the game. And that's sort of a key thing there, right? That we can recognize that we've been designed to be motivated to play the game. And what we're talking about is the fact that we can understand the game, that we can step out of the maze and look at the maze and sort of understand what the mechanism is. Now, it's your claim that that's like a religion, that that has something in common with a claim that there's a supernatural being who created everything, a story that you can't refute. This you can refute. Refute the existence of chemistry and a DNA molecule. And know what I think you're going to do when you try to refute that? Is you're going to try to claim that a unicorn farted it, that something invented it. You're the one who's going to come up with the extraordinary claim that it wasn't just abiogenesis, that there was a fiddling in there somewhere, that something fiddled with it, that this isn't unintelligent design. I mean, that's all we're arguing, that this is the consequence of unintelligent design, that you have precious sentient organisms getting completely torn to pieces by an idiotic system to accomplish absolutely nothing. That's what unintelligence and design produces. You're the one claiming something else, asshole. You're the religious fundy. So either counter-argue with something real, or you really should shut your snotty, stinking, anus-covered, twitty guts. Fuckwit. So, Rozeboosye, in his usual intelligent manner, yes, indeed. So you go along with this idea that it's religious to believe in unintelligent design, because you really do believe there's a little Gaia god, don't you, Rozeboosye? Yes, you do, you religious nut. And yet they foam at the mouth over anyone who even mildly spiritual. So look, this was even more. Yet they foam at the mouth over anyone who is even mildly spiritual. Spiritual. Now, this is a guy calling us religious, and he's using a word like somehow I'm supposed to accept some sort of existence of some kind of spiritual stuff. Like there is some sort of little magical, sparkly, glittery, unicorny bullshit at the core of the universe. That it isn't just fucking matter. It's not just energy coalescing. And that this is what it does on when conditions are ripe and a molecule forms that's able to Xerox itself, it will do it incessantly. He comes up, he calls that spirit. He's saying there's something else. There's spiritual. And he's claiming other people are religious. He's using this word in a phrase where he is impugning dogmatic religions. Well, you have to explain this spiritual, or you're the dogmatist, ANUS TWIT. And likewise, Rozeboosye. So yes, you said yes indeed to the concept that we should accept the idea of mildly spiritual. Well, where the hell is that exactly? Explain it to me, Rozeboosye. Where's this mildly spiritual stuff? Where is it? Where is it in the truth? Where is it in a fact? Where is it in anything other than some fuckwit's imagination? This thing you said we don't have. Obviously, these fuckwits are imagining something. They're externalizing some sort of mildly spiritualness. They're saying there's an energy that we are not seeing or detecting that's controlling the energy that we do see and detect. Why would I have to defend myself against such accusations? Exactly. Well, that this is about gratex is claiming that somebody has claimed that he is a false flagger. And he implied, I guess, that I somehow made this accusation. Well, that never happened. You won't find one piece of shred of evidence to justify that slander. So, yeah, you're the one. Why should I have to defend myself against your implications, gratex? Why should I have to do that? Why do you have the liberty to imply that I have orchestrated something against you or said something against you other than what I've said publicly? That you're an ignorant, piece of twit from Uranus. So Rozeboosye, haha, I have a video in mind, but I'm lazy. Huh, yeah, that's true. Trying to make I don't know what even this ponage can, whatever. So gratex seems to me that he wants, he's not watching my videos partly, I think, because they're on my website, because somehow he likes this connection thing. He wants to be popularized. He wants to be, he wants to some sort of gain notoriety out of making videos or something, it seems. I mean, I can only judge based on the public comments. So yeah, that's just a conclusion based on his demeanor, the way he's approaching his responsibility. He's going to make accusations but he won't take any account for the responses to those accusations. You know, but whatever. I mean, the important thing I wanted to get to is the twitty part and this religion idea, coming from people who think we should accept this idea of mildly spiritual, whatever the fuck that means. Curious. But again, it's this objectivity word. Again, it's just not that hard for us to do. We can model the world and we can be fair. These are two concepts we understand. We understand modeling. We understand constructing the system and running it, tests on it, and we understand, even with computers now, we can model things. We can model the weather, and the computers do pretty good sometimes. They predict where the hurricanes are going to go pretty good. So we can model, and we understand fairness. We understand that even though I want the hurricane, to fly over the White House and drop, penguin poo on top of it. Wanting it, that's bullshit. I can't allow my want to, I can't engineer the model to do what I want it to do. I have to be fair in how I construct the model. And we can do that with life and our existence and what we are and what we're doing. We can understand what we are. We can hear the words. We can hear the psychology words thrown at us, that we're chasing, that we're addicted, that we're in need, we're desirous, and that we are made to be that way. We're made to be troubled and disturbed and uncomfortable and unsettled. That's probably a good word. We're made to be unsettled, because being settled is not going to get the job done. It's not going to get you into tomorrow. Okay, just settling, isn't going to catch your dinner, and it's not going to keep the nasties from, making lunch or a home out of you. So, this is such bullshit. People just keep arguing bullshit, and they're arguing it with, literally their own poo. I mean, it's their own nonsense, and they're throwing it at somebody else and then accusing them of having nonsense on them. I mean, it's, how can you talk about spirituality and then claim somebody else is religious? I mean, that's just so fucking bogus. But all these people are so fucking bogus. These assholes who keep defending these assholes. So, yeah, enough of a video. Short video. Yay. Yeah, I got a lot of work to do.